Shalom is Brother Yashima Zakar from the Israelite Report, IsraeliteReport.com. Upon my watch, all praises are definitely due to Yahweh by Hashem Yahawashi. Peace and blessings to all the brothers spread across the four corners of the earth, pushing the truth and sincerity. Those that truly believe and want to get the hell up out of here. I'm going to go ahead and start off with Mark 13:7. It says, "And when ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, be ye not troubled, for such things must needs be." These things must needs be. And we're going to hear a lot of talk, a lot of rumors. 1 week Trump is doing this, next week Trump is doing that. 1 week Putin is doing this, next week Putin is doing that. Zelensky's doing this, Zelensky's doing that. Iran is doing this, Iran is doing that. Netanyahu is doing this, Netanyahu's doing that. So we're going to hear these things. And a lot of people are bugging out, losing their damn mind, especially with this Trump administration and what he's doing and cutting off people. And I was laughing with a brother. He know who he is. I'm not going to, I don't know if you want to, his name out there, but we were laughing at Trump making people lose their damn mind, because every week, really you can say every day, Trump is threatening to cut something, whether it be the Department of Education or, just the federal government in general. And people at my job are losing their mind. They're out there protesting, because I work at a union site, and they do these protests and these rallies and shit, and they don't understand that you can't stop Trump. Trump was, I'll say this shit. Trump, the Lord has a right hand and a left hand. And, my personal belief, Trump was set up by the Lord to do what he's doing. And yes, he's a puppet of the New World Order, the small hats, the Illuminati. He's a puppet of them, but at the same time, he's really the puppet of the Lord, because the Illuminati is a puppet. That whole organization is a puppet of the Lord. So people are losing it, man. They're losing their goddamn mind. And the thing is that I be so into the scriptures. I sound like a nigga just now, like Jake, but I'm so into but I'm so into the scriptures that I sometimes I forget how the average Jake think and how they see shit. And it's not until I go to work that I'm reminded of how effing caught myself, how effing stupid Jake is. And a lot of these crackers too, a lot of these Edomites, because they're losing their damn mind. Trump's only been in there 2 months and a half, coming up on 3 months, and people are losing their shit, especially in these liberal cities, the New Yorks, the DCs, the Chicagos, the LAs, and the whatever Democratic ran cities. They're losing their mind because they look at Trump like he's another Hitler. But he cracks me up. I'm laughing because I'm like, yeah, the Lord did that. Elon Musk, oh no, we're going to ban Tesla. And I'm like, nigga, so? That's not going to stop prophecy from being, that's not going to stop prophecy from being performed or coming to pass just because you out there protesting. Again, this is Mark 13:7. It says, and when ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, Be ye not troubled. We're not troubled. We're troubled on every side, but we're not troubled in our spirit because we know that this is all done by the spirit and the power of Yahawashi. And that's the advantage that we have over this world. Be ye not troubled, for such things must needs be. Such things must need be. But the end is not yet, shall not be yet. Salakia. For nation shall rise against nation. And right now we're seeing nation rise against nation. We're seeing this right now as we speak. And I ain't even got to go into that. You know, if you're paying attention to the news, you can see this. And there shall be earthquakes in diverse places. And we're seeing that. Earthquakes all over the place. And there shall be earthquakes in diverse places. And there shall be famines and troubles. And a famine is coming. That's coming too. Because they're going to, what they call food scarcity, right? That's coming. They're gonna hit your stomach in a minute. That's coming. These are the beginnings of sorrows. It's just the beginning of sorrows. And we're getting ready to head into Jacob's trouble. And a lot of Israelite camps are not speaking on that because they want you to buy their merchandise. They want you to feel good like the Christian church does. They don't want to tell you about the woes, the bad times, the evil times that are coming. And I'm going to get straight into the news this because I don't have much time to waste. This came from Natural News. Trump administration deploys spy satellites to enhance southern border surveillance. And I've been going into this a lot as of late. Trump back in I want to say 2016, he brought out the entry exit tracking system that he said will be on land, in air, and on sea, in sea, right? It's going to be on land, in the air, and in the waters. A proper tracking, tracing system, as Trump called it. And people forgot about it. But I didn't forget about it. The men of the Lord, other brothers, they didn't forget about it. And it's tucked in the back of our minds. And we remember that. So when I say that the Lord set this man up, it's not something that I'm just saying. Even if, let's say, for the sake of argument, right? Because a nigga can get retarded. Niggas are stupid. Even guys that put on the garments and they got the fringes on, they say that they're Israelites. Like you can see like a lot of these guys in IUIC. Because I met a few. A nigga can get real stupid and say, well, what happens if Trump die? What happens if he die? Well, guess what? He's going to finish his course, and then the next man is going to take over and do what he couldn't do before he died. The word of the Lord does not go out void. And niggers are stupid. The average nigger is a fucking retard. There goes my F-bomb. And that's something if you're new coming into this Israelite thing, you coming into the truth, you need to understand that. You're not going to wake up all of Israel. There's an elect that the Lord deals with and wakes them up to the true knowledge and understanding. You're not going to walk around just wait, oh, you black man. That's what ISUBK do. You black man, you black woman, you need to wake up and come back to the Lord. First of all, nigga, you not waking up everybody. Doesn't work that way. You be going against the Lord. At least you find yourself fighting against the Lord, fighting against the Most High. That's not how this is set up, man. And like I said before, and I notice it, I'm looking at my analytics. A lot of people are getting comfortable again. I said that was going to happen. The pandemic, people got shook up. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh, what do we do? Who do I listen to? And then shit died down. They went through 4 years of Biden. And then Trump came in and he started acting crazy and everyone was like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. And then and then it got normal to you. Watch what happens. Because when it get quiet, what you don't know is when it gets quiet, that's when the false flag is going to come. This is the most dangerous time that we're in right now. That quiet period. Remember, I kept saying it's the calm before the storm. The calm before the storm. That's how Esau works. I'm going to get back into this article in a second, but that's how Esau works. He puts you back to sleep, make you think everything is okay, and you get cocky and arrogant, prideful again, right? Thinking you ain't got nothing to worry about. And then boom, that's what happened on 9/11. I remember that shit real good. Meanwhile, this Trump administration is making moves and you're not paying attention. You're not on your watch. We're supposed to watch as well as pray. Every day, sending up them prayers while watching. From natural news. Again, Trump administration deploys spy satellites to enhance southern border surveillance. They're using the border as an excuse to bring in this surveillance, which they already have in place, by the way. They're just using the border as an excuse to announce it to the public. The Trump administration has directed military intelligence agencies, NGA, and NRO to deploy satellite surveillance along the U.S.-Mexico border to combat illegal immigration and drug trafficking, fulfilling campaign promises. Remember, Trump said he's going to have a proper tracking, tracing system in place. He's using his second term to fulfill his first term promises. The problem is people don't remember his first term promises. I believe he's going to be the one to bring about the mark of the beast, the microchip. Experts, and this is back to the article, experts question the legality of using spy satellites on U.S. soil as laws restrict domestic surveillance. It says oversight is needed to ensure compliance with civil liberties protections. AI, artificial intelligence, drones, and satellite imagery are being used to create a digital wall. Get used to that saying. that terminology. Digital wall. Again, this is going back to the microchip. You have to learn how to uh, decipher, how to listen to. You need to learn to study Esau's lingo, his language. When he says a digital wall, he's that's referring back to the microchip. That because the microchip is going to be digital. Some people are so, I shouldn't say just so stupid, but some people don't get it. They're so focused in on the chip itself that they don't understand that chip is going to have all of your information. It's going to be how you do your banking. It's going to be how you do conduct all of your financing, how you do your medical records, how you determine that you're not a humanoid robot or a natural human. Okay? It says AI drones and satellite imagery are being used to create a digital wall. Because without that chip, you will not be able to move, travel to the places where you wish to go. That includes buying and selling. Now, watch this. It says here defense contractors like Palantir, which is Peter Thiel, which is Elon Musk right hand man, Peter Thiel, I believe that's his name, Peter Thiel, who helped Elon create what was PayPal. He was one of the men. I believe there was 3 or 4 of them that created Palantir. Oh, excuse me, created PayPal. But I believe it was Peter Thiel that's behind Palantir. If I'm not mistaken, you can correct me. I might be wrong on that. Correct me. But it says contractors like Palantir and Anduril provide AI, artificial intelligence, AI driven tracking systems, and autonomous sensor towers. That's what all this 5G, 6G, and the CEO of Nokia said about, I want to say, almost close to 3 years ago. He said by the year 20, was like anywhere between 2028 to 2023, humans would have microchips in them. So this is how that devil is moving. See, they rocked you back to sleep, made you forget all of these things. I've had people come listen to what I'm saying, and then as time go by, they don't see nothing happening. Meanwhile, things are happening, they just not paying attention. That's why you got to be on your watch. It's a personal journey. I can't journey for you. This shit is happening in real time. Says Mexico downplays the surveillance while civil liberties advocates demand transparency. The administration prioritizes border security with daily briefings on immigration enforcement. So they're using the border as a test for the track and trace system. They're saying, oh, the border's being over flooded. Oh my God, we got to do something. If only we had surveillance everywhere on the border. And that surveillance on the border is going to lead to your major cities. New York being a hot spot, DC being a hot spot. I know because, matter of fact, the mayor of New York, Eric Adams, I believe this may have been a year ago. No, it might have been 2023. So it may have been about 2 years ago. He said he openly admitted that he was thinking about using these drones as a way to keep an eye on everyone. Because crime is just out of control. This is order out of chaos. This is that order out of chaos I keep talking about, where they purposely allowed these little niggas to go into these stores and steal shit with these shiesty masks on. Niggas dressed in all black, they got these little skinny pants on, these little skinny black pants on, and their shiesty masks to go steal and rob. And then you had some Edomites with masks, making themselves look like they were black, right? They had those rubber, what they call them? I forget what they call them. But those masks where you can make yourself look like a different person, you had that going on too. Why? Because they want to justify this track and trace system, which will lead to the mark of the beast, the microchip. Says the move, back to the article, the move strengthens border security but raises ethical and legal challenges. And this is Esau playing around, trying to act like he's trying to use checks and balances, like he's trying to keep the Constitution afloat. Like they're trying to go about it the legal way, which is bullshit. They already have their plan in place. They've had it in place for centuries. It says the move strengthens border security but raises ethical and legal challenges, highlighting the need for clear oversight in deploying advanced surveillance technologies. Trump is coming in, and I was just talking to somebody about this today at work. Trump don't give a shit about no oversight. And that's the beauty of having Trump in there, because he can bring down the hammer. He's not playing the role of the nice guy, because all these presidents, all these politicians, they play their certain roles. What I love about Trump is even though he's a puppet that's playing the role of the guy that's going to bring down the hammer. So he don't have to be apologetic. He don't have to say, I'm going to try to use the Constitution, the law, da-da-da-da. He can just say, fuck that. I don't like it. We're going to get rid of it. If I want to mandate it, I'll mandate it. I like that. Because he can get things popping. He can get things moving real fast. Let me get this in Ezekiel, because I'm running my mouth. Ezekiel 28:1. It says, the word of the Lord came again unto me, saying, Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus, thus saith the Lord, power, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahawashi, because thine heart is lifted up, and thou hast said, I am a God, right? Is because that's the state that Esau is in right now. He thinks he's God. He thinks he is the Most High. He says, and thou hast said, I am a God, and I sit in the seat of God in the midst of the seas, yet thou art a man, and not God. Though thou set thine heart as the heart of God, behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that they can hide from thee. And that's the attitude of Esau, Edom, because the Lord has blessed them on his left-hand side with this technology that he can just see everything. He's in your house right now through your smart TV. Some people got smart refrigerators. You got smartphones. You spend all day in your phone staring at the screen. Guess what? Esau see you. You got some people that say put a piece of tape over your phone. Duct tape over your phone's camera. It doesn't matter. Esau still track you. The earth was really given into the hands of the wicked. Okay. Let me get Proverbs 4:16, it says, "For they sleep not, except they have done mischief." And that's something you need to understand. While you niggas are sleeping and worrying about basketball or who Sexy Red is sleeping with, or what new style of clothing is coming out, your enemy doesn't sleep. So when when the scripture says you come in as a flood, he's coming double barrel, ready to pounce on you. And the only thing that's going to save you is Yahawashi Yahawashi. The angels encampeth about the men that fear the Lord, that trust in the Lord. Right? That's why we seek after that righteous. We pray that we have that righteous mark, the Dawah, right? To what you would say, excuse us from judgment, pardon our iniquities, our sins. But one thing about it, if you're not in the faith, if you don't have faith, if you're not one of those men, and you're going to get caught up in this. For they sleep not except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall. And who's that some? In this case, in the time of Jacob's trouble, it's going to be you Israelites. Blacks, Latinos, Native Americans. Who did they say they wanted to get the jab? Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. 12 tribe sign. It says, for they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence. You have to remember your enemy Esau is a man of violence. He's a man of wickedness, but he's a man of violence. Violence is the only way he know. Look at what he did to the Native Americans when he came here. He said they were the perfect slaves. The Native Americans, when they got here, they greeted him with love, compassion, taught him how to farm, how to survive. And what did Esau do? Raped, robbed, and murdered those people. You have to understand the true nature of your enemy. That tracking and tracing system that Trump is setting up, that's really for the Israelites. Is it for the rest of these low-level Edomites? Yeah, that too, because they know they're going to receive resistance. But it's really to keep track of you, the nation of Israel. It says, but the path of the just is the shining light, that shineth more and more unto the perfect day. The way of the wicked is as darkness. They know not at what they stumble. All right. So a lot of our people are going to get caught up in this because they're playing and they don't take the word of the Lord serious. And the Christian church has made it easy for a lot of you niggas to feel good. You go to the Christian church, you sit down, the pastor preach a good sermon, he and ha and all the goddamn day long. And your women get to go there with their best Sunday dress on and feel holy for, a couple of hours. And then they go back and be a nigga and sleep with their boss at work. Or whatever Pookie and Ray Ray that they saw, passing by that spit game at them, being harlots and whores. And then you stupid fucking niggas, you want to imitate your favorite rapper, whoever that may be. Right? So you out here committing all kinds of wickedness, but you're going to get caught up because your enemy don't sleep. So you're not going to see this coming because right now you're sleeping. A lot of you niggas are sleepwalking. You don't see what's coming. Okay, I want to get this right quick, getting it back into the news. This is something that came out on the Daily Mail. It says Trump is about to bomb Iran. Top Israeli sources reveal planned attack on nuclear sites and deliver chilling war is coming. And it says warning. There's a warning from this guy named Dan Hodges. Now, I couldn't get the full article because it's an exclusive. It's hidden behind a paywall. You have to pay or subscribe and pay in order to read that article. But that's something I've been talking about a lot lately. Brother's been going into that. But I I always focus in on the fact that Trump is a puppet for the J-ish people, and I know they want war with Iran. Plus his biblical prophecy. Um, so things are getting stirred up, and I know that Trump is that guy. If there was ever anyone that sold out to the Israeli state, it was it's Trump. So me going back throughout his history, his life, and seeing how intertwined, how deeply intertwined he is with the state of Israel and Netanyahu. He has a relationship with Netanyahu that goes back decades. And people don't know this. See, a lot of people think Trumpy just popped up out of nowhere, like oh, he was a businessman, he was a billionaire, and he decided to run for president and he won. That's not how this happened. The Israeli state groomed him since the 80s, because I keep bringing up how he lost. What was it? It may have been the Taj Mahal or his casino. Anyway, he was. They say, I believe in a documentary, they say he was like billions. He was like billions of dollars in debt or something like that. Close, or it was like maybe a billion in debt. I haven't seen that documentary in a minute. Um, but long story short, this is not something that's new. This isn't like oh, Trump just loves Israel. No, his daughter married a small hat, an Israeli. So I'm bringing that out to say that the if you've been listening to me long enough, you'll know some months ago, last year, really, I kept saying Trump is going to be used to start a war with Iran. When he got shot, whether it was fake or real, by that white boy, they said that one of the things they said was he was an Iranian sympathizer. And I got to keep going through this because I have new listeners, right? Some of you've heard me just speak about this and speak about it, but I just want you to understand, and even to kind of refreshing your memory. This dude is in office to go to war with Iran. I need you got to understand this part. This is very important. When they bailed him out back in the 80s, all of a sudden, the talking point was Trump presidency. They were asking him, he went on the Oprah Winfrey show, and Oprah asked him, will you run for president? That's when it started. And so I went back through his history, through his life, and I traced it all the way up to now. I tracked it all the way up to now. And the picture is clear. that the small hats, the J-ish people, finally have the man that they wanted in office in office. Now, remember his first term, there was friction between the U.S. and Iran. Matter of fact, he killed one of their top generals, was this guy named Soleimani. People forget these things, but see, I don't forget. I, I, mm-mm. And even when I forget, the Lord will put it back in my memory. So this is getting ramped up. I don't know when it's going to go down. I just know that soon it's going to go down. We're in that space now. He don't have, well, they did say he want to run for a third term. I don't think he's going to see, I don't think that's going to happen. I think that war will pop off before then, before his third time, World War III. And also because Russia is an ally of Iran, China, and these are Trump's enemies. All right. So I just wanted to bring that out right quick, and refreshing your memory and even mine, because as I'm speaking, I'm remembering things. Trump is about to bomb Iran. Top Israeli source revealed plan attack on nuclear sites and deliver chilling war is coming warning. Now, it's important to understand that this was coming from a top Israeli source. Okay, because that's who he's working for. I wanted to get a scripture. I'll tell you what, let me get this from the Sociable. This was like 2 years ago from the Sociable. It says digital public infrastructure refuses Salakia. My bad. Let me read that over again. Digital public infrastructure fuses digital ID, CBDC, and data sharing for 15-minute smart city governance. This came from the Sociable. And this is going back into what I was talking about the tracking and the tracing. All these things are coming together at once. Because we know what we're looking for is the mandation, the mark of the beast to be mandated, the microchip, and World War III. We know our deliverance is near at that point, right? This is what we're really waiting for. Of course, time of Jacob's trouble, martial law. Matter of fact, there's something going on. There's this rumor going around, and it's a rumor at this point. But there's this rumor that Trump is going to, and I want to make sure that I'm heavy on this, on the rumor. It's a rumor. It's a rumor that Trump is going to invoke the Insurrection Act on April the 20th. Again, this is a rumor. I don't want a nigga get stupid and say, "Yeah, Shimon, you said, this is a prophecy." No, it's not a prophecy. It's a rumor. Because he said he did the God, I can't remember what he called it. Whatever it was that he signed when he first got into office, January the 20th, he said 90 days he's gonna review the situation at the border, the immigrants and all of that, and he was going to determine whether he needed to invoke the Insurrection Act. Salakia, I got cut off. I don't even remember what I was saying, but anyway, I wanted to get back to this article from the Sociable. It says digital public infrastructure, DPI, is like the digital ID to rule them all. To rule them all over people, places, purchases, to power a social credit system perspective. And there's a rumor that Elon Musk is stepping down from the Doge, and he's not going to be in a Trump administration anymore. But it doesn't matter. They've already set the groundwork. Um, and you know, Elon was a big supporter of the UBI, Universal Basic Income. And of course, he's one of those main figureheads of artificial intelligence, humanoids. So, and then of course he got the brain chip. So anyway, whether he steps down or not, it doesn't matter. Um, this social credit system is coming into play right now, right before our eyes. It says here in the article, digital public infrastructure, DPI, is a mechanism for surveillance and control that combines digital ID, right? Because you know they're making everyone get these real IDs, right? Then it's going to become a digital ID. CBDC, almost said the word. Uh, VAX, you know what the VAX is, or the shot, right? You know what the shot is. Think about what was mandated in 2021, the shot. Passports, okay? Passports for your shot, to prove that you got your shot. And carbon footprint tracking data, paving the way for 15-minute smart cities, future lockdowns, and systems of social credit. Okay? And it came out a little bit ago that the World Economic Forum is pushing for digital IDs for tracking carbon footprint. So one of the main goals of the New World Order globalist elites is this idea of having to track your carbon footprint. And again, Trump was the one that said out loud that he's going to have a proper visa exit track and tracing system. And they did the test run back in 2021. And again, this may sound like nothing to a lot of people. And I know this. I know a lot of people just, they don't get it. They don't see the connections. They don't see why this is important. But this is something that has been long in the making. The reason you should really be paying attention now is because when you say 2030, right? Agenda 2030, understand this. They plan to have their New World Order in place before 2030. A lot of people have known about Agenda 2030 since before 2020. We're in 2025. And what I've been trying to get across is this. They want this in place before 2030. You have to let that sink in. It's not something to just gloss over. We're not in, I'll say it again. This isn't the Obama administration anymore. That's why people are losing their mind, because you've had these past presidents in office who have kind of like pussyfooted around. They were slow walking things. This is the president that is fast tracking everything, Operation Warp Speed. Warp speed, meaning moving faster than you can possibly move. So even when I say, because in my personal opinion, me speaking as a man, I say I'm looking at 2027. That's my personal opinion. That's from my observation and what I see. And I go, I can see by 2027. And there's a spiritual reason why I believe that too. But um, this nigga Trump is moving. And yeah, he my nigga. I didn't say it. Did I? If I didn't say it this time around, I'ma say it. That's my nigga, and you can't claim him. That's my nigga. Okay? You can't claim him. That's my nigga. All right? Trump is moving faster now because they have to make up for time that was so-called lost during the Biden administration. I believe during the Biden administration, what they were doing was they were how do you say it? They were tightening the loose ends. The first Trump administration was to bring you the pandemic and the jab, because he's the one that rolled out the jab. It wasn't Biden. A lot of you people still think Biden was the one that introduced the jab to you. No, it was Trump with the military, Operation Warp Speed. He handed it over to Biden, and Biden did the whole mandate thing. So what I'm saying to you right now is that during that time, during the Biden administration, they were tightening up loose ends. They were seeing who was going to rebel against them, um, who was going to go along with it. They were getting the data, the information, because data is nothing but information. They wanted to see how many people would stand up against the government, against their system, the New World Order governance, before they roll out the real thing. This is a military operation. A military operation. That's why the military rolled out the jab. Trump assigned the military. A lot of people don't know this. It was a general that rolled out Operation Warp Speed. He assigned a general. I believe it was in the Army. An Army general, a retired Army general. He was about to retire. And said, this is your task. This is your mission. So what I'm saying is, that was then. Now you're getting ready to see the real thing. That's why Trump doesn't give a shit. That's why he's not as politically correct. I should have put this at the top of the show, but you need to understand. I know I'm not bringing out scriptures right now. You need to understand how this is all tying in. The devil's about to come down with great wrath. First time I said it this episode. I say it every episode. But he's about to come down. He's about to come in like a flood. It's about to be a flood on you. You are the main target. They don't give a shit about anybody. Look, they don't care about you ever heard of NPCs and you're talking about NPCs in these video games. The NPCs are just there. They're just fillers. Non-playable characters. They're just fillers. That's these other nations. The main characters are the Israelites and the Edomites. Everybody else is just a filler. Nobody gives a shit about the Ishmaelites, the the Moabites. You're the main character, which means that you're the main target. They don't care about these other nations. Edom, these Edomites are targeting the Israelites. Okay? They cannot be God on earth with the real children of Israel on the earth. That's why they've been looking and seeking to destroy the real children of Israel since they've come into power. This is Psalms 50 and 21. These things hast thou done, and I kept silence. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such as one as thyself. Because the Edomites believe that somehow they're going to defeat the Heavenly Father. And what's going to happen, they're going to run into his only begotten son, the archangel Michael, right? And the rest of the angels are going to come and destroy this goddamn place. That's what's going to happen. The Lord has set a bound that he cannot pass. These things hast thou done, and I kept silence. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such an one as thyself, but I will reprove thee. Right? He's going to correct the shit out of Esau and set them in order before thine eyes. Now consider this, ye that forget God, or the Most High Power, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahawashi, lest I tear you in pieces, and there be none to deliver. Whoso offereth praise glorifieth me, and to him that ordereth his conversation aright will I show the salvation of the power, Yahweh by Hashem Yahawashi. I want to get this in Job, I believe, was it Job 29? Excuse me, I'm sorry, Salakia. Job 12 and 9, it says, who knoweth not in all these that the hand of the Lord hath wrought this? People don't even consider that it's the Lord that's doing this. Like Amos says in 3 and 6, shall there be evil in the city, and the Lord has not done it. It says here in the 10th verse, in whose hand is the soul of every living thing, and the breath of all mankind? Doeth not the ear try words, and the mouth taste his meat? But the ancient is wisdom, and we're going to need wisdom. Wisdom is very important, especially nowadays. And in the length of days, understanding. With him is wisdom and strength. He hath counsel and understanding. Behold, he breaketh down, and it cannot be built again. And this is the mindset of Esau, Edom, with their figurehead, the face of Esau, Edom being Trump. And the reason why I'm always talking about him is because Esau wants to bring back that old glory that he once had. And Trump promised them that. Notice I said that in past tense. Now he's moving on to something else. Now he's talking about helping out the small hats. He's not talking about making America great again so much. Now we got to defend the state of Israel, or the Israelis, or the J-ish people, or the small hats, right? With the ancient is wisdom, and in length of days understanding. With him is wisdom and strength. He hath counsel and understanding. Behold, he breaketh down, and it cannot be built again. So when this place falls, it will not be built again. It won't be inhabited again. It will be bombed to smithereens. He shutteth up a man, and there can be no opening. Because this is the Lord that's doing it. The Lord created all things unto himself. He made all things unto himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil. It's the Lord that did it. He started it and he'll finish it. He declared the ending from the beginning. Behold, he breaketh down, and it cannot be built again. He shutteth up a man, and there can be no opening. Behold, he withholdeth the waters, and they dry up. Also he sendeth them out, and they overturn the earth. With him is strength and wisdom. The deceived and the deceiver are his. So anybody in this day, right now, that cannot see what is about to go down, what is about to take place, the Lord did that. And I'm just going to be honest with you. I believe for the most part, I'm not the most high, I can't say, but I believe that most of the elect have been pretty much sealed. My opinion. Again, it's my opinion. I believe this word has gone out throughout the four corners of the earth. I feel like at this point in time, um, the elect and the multitude that are going to be delivered, I believe there's a reason um, why we're seeing such censorship. There's going to come a time when the Lord is going to pull brothers off the corners, off, pretty much off of YouTube, the internet. I believe that's gonna happen soon. My opinion. My opinion. It's just the way that I see things. Because the Lord already chose who he was going to deliver his elect from the foundation of the earth. So when you see people walking around bugged out now in this time, what we went through in 2020, 2021, for them to still be messed up in the head, the Lord just didn't deal with that. And he didn't deal with them. And that could be your family members. I had to go, just come to that conclusion. This certain, people you might love, they're just not going to get it. It's that, unless the Lord wake them up at the last moment. He can do that. All of a sudden, they just get it. He can do that. But I truly believe that this is it, man. I believe everything is in place. Jacob's trouble, the mark of the beast, the microchip, and World War III. I believe everything is sitting right there in place. And I don't believe that we have very long. So anyway, I'm going to say that. And with that, I'm going to say all praises to Yahawashi, Yahawashi. Shalom to you brothers that truly believe out there.